Welcome to InspireLens. In today's video, we are going to discuss one very important question for students and professionals. Which engineering branches are best for Gulf jobs? Many professionals and students dream of working in Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait or Bahrain after engineering. But the mistake many people make is choosing a branch only because someone said this branch has scope in Gulf. The truth is different. A Gulf career depends not only on the branch but also on the sector, skills, certifications, experience and timing. So in this video, we will look at the major engineering branches, the Gulf sectors where they fit, the job roles available and what skills students should build. By the end, you should have a clear idea of which branch can connect to which Gulf career path. The Gulf continues to attract engineers because the region is still building, expanding and transforming. Earlier, when people talked about Gulf engineering jobs, they mostly meant oil and gas, construction, civil projects, mechanical maintenance, and electrical work. But today, the Gulf economy is much broader. Yes, oil and gas is still important, construction is still important, but new opportunities are also coming from renewable energy, data centers, smart cities, advanced manufacturing, logistics, automation, digital government, AI, cloud, and cybersecurity. This means the Gulf needs both traditional engineering and modern technical skills. But one important reality students should remember is this. The Gulf usually prefers engineers who already have a practical experience. A fresh degree alone is not enough. So students should not only ask which branch has Gulf scope, they should ask which branch can I convert into a strong technical career with the right skills and experience. To understand Gulf jobs properly, we need to stop thinking only in terms of branches. Instead, we should think in terms of sectors. The major Gulf engineering demand is spread across 6 areas. First, oil and gas and petrochemicals. This includes refineries, LNG, gas processing plants, petrochemical plants, and chemical industries. Second, construction and mega projects. This includes buildings, roads, airports, metros, ports, tourism projects, and industrial cities. Third, power and renewables. This includes power plants, desalination plants, substations, solar projects, utilities, and energy infrastructure. Fourth, data centers and digital infrastructure. This is becoming very important because cloud, AI, and digital services need stronger physical infrastructure. Fifth, automation and manufacturing. Gulf countries want to increase local industrial production. And sixth, health, safety, and environment. QAQC and reliability. Safety, environment, quality, and reliability are important across almost every Gulf project. So every branch can work, but only if it connects to a real sector and a skill pathway. Before ranking branches, let us understand how to judge a branch properly. A branch is strong for Gulf jobs only if it checks multiple boxes. The first box is sector fit. Does the branch match Gulf industries like oil and gas, construction, power, data centers, or automation? The second box is role volume. Are there enough jobs available in that branch? For example, mechanical, electrical, and civil usually have broad role volume because they are needed in many sectors. The third box is skill depth. Can a student build useful tools and certifications around that branch? Gulf employers value practical skills. The fourth box is mobility. Can the student first build experience in home country and then move to Gulf? This is important because Gulf jobs are often experience driven. The fifth box is future demand. Will the branch remain relevant with automation, AI, renewables, and digital infrastructure? So the InspireLens formula is simple. Branch plus sector plus skills plus experience plus certifications. Now let us look at the broad ranking. In Tier 1, we have the strongest all-round branches, mechanical engineering and civil engineering. These branches are connected to many Gulf sectors such as construction, oil and gas, power, MEP, infrastructure, maintenance and projects. In Tier 2, we have high-value specialized branches, chemical or process engineering, instrumentation and electronics and communication. This may not always have the same number of jobs as mechanical or civil, but they can be very strong in specific industries like petrochemicals, LNG, automation, refineries, telecom, data centers and industrial control systems. In Tier 3, we have fast-growing future branches, CAC, AI, data, cybersecurity, mechatronics, and industrial engineering. These are growing because of digital transportation, smart cities, manufacturing, automation, and data infrastructure. But please remember, do not choose only by ranking. Choose based on your interest, ability, budget, sector preference, and skill plan. Mechanical engineering is one of the strongest all-round branches for Gulf jobs. Why? Because the Gulf has huge demand for plants, machines, equipment, construction services, maintenance, and industrial projects. Mechanical engineers are needed in oil and gas plants, petrochemical complexes, refineries, power plants, HVAC, MEP, data center cooling and manufacturing, as well as maintenance. Some common Gulf roles include piping engineering, rotating equipment engineer, static equipment engineer, HVAC engineer, MEP engineer, maintenance engineer, reliability engineer, QA/QC engineer, shutdown engineer, and project engineer. But students should not think that a mechanical degree alone is enough. A Gulf-ready mechanical engineer should build skills in AutoCAD, Revit, MEP, HVAC basics, piping basics, ASME and API exposure, Primavera, SAP PM, reliability and root cause analysis. The verdict is clear. Mechanical engineering is very strong for students who like machines, plants, industry sites and practical engineering work. Electrical engineering is another very safe and powerful branch for Gulf careers. Every major Gulf project needs reliable power. Think about oil and gas plants, metro projects, airports, hospitals, high-rise buildings, solar farms, industrial zones, and data centers. None of this can function without strong electrical systems. Electrical engineers can work in power generation, transmission and distribution, substations, solar projects, MEP construction, data centers, testing and commissioning, protection systems, and maintenance. Common Gulf roles include electrical design engineer, substation engineer, testing and commissioning engineer, MEP electrical engineer, solar PV engineer, protection engineer, maintenance engineer, and data center electrical engineer. Useful tools include ETAP, AutoCAD Electrical, Revit MEP, Dialex, PVist, and knowledge of IEC, NFPA, and electrical safety standards. The verdict: electrical engineering is excellent for students interested in power systems, energy utilities, and technical site execution. Civil engineering has always had a strong connection with Gulf jobs because the Gulf has been built through massive infrastructure and construction projects. Civil engineers are needed in buildings, towers, roads, bridges, metros, airports, ports, industrial infrastructure, quantity surveying, planning, project control, and site execution. But civil engineering has one important risk. It is cyclical. When construction is booming, demand is strong, but when projects slow down or get delayed, the job market can become competitive. This is why civil engineering students must build practical and software skills. Important tools include AutoCAD, Civil 3D, ETAB, StatPro, Revit, BIM, and Primavera P6. Students should also learn estimation, contracts, quantity surveying, and project planning. Civil engineering is a good Gulf branch for students who can handle site pressure, coordination, project deadlines, and practical execution. The verdict: civil is strong, but only for students who are ready for real construction and project work. Chemical engineering is a specialized but very valuable branch for Gulf careers. It may not have the same volume of jobs as mechanical, electrical, or civil, but it has strong relevance in specific Gulf industries. The Gulf is deeply connected to oil refining, petrochemicals, gas processing, LNG, fertilizers, polymers, chemicals, water treatment, process safety, and energy industries. Chemical engineers can work as process engineers, production engineers, operation engineers, technical service engineers, process safety engineers, refinery engineers, petrochemical engineers, LNG process engineers, water treatment engineers, and environmental engineers. For this branch, students should build skills in Aspen HYSYS, Aspen Plus, PFD, PIID reading, mass balance, heat balance, process safety, HAZOP, LOPA, Excel, Power BI, and technical reporting. The verdict: chemical engineering is excellent for students who are interested in process plants, oil and gas, petrochemicals, energy, and industrial operations. Instrumentation, control, and automation is one of the most underrated pathways for Gulf jobs. Modern plants cannot run safely without measurement and control systems. In oil and gas, refineries, petrochemicals, LNG, power, water treatment, and manufacturing, instrumentation engineers handle pressure, temperature, flow level analyzers, transmitters, control valves, PLC, DCS, SCADA, and safety instrumented systems. This branch is especially valuable because every industrial plant needs control, monitoring, and safety. Common roles include instrumentation engineer, control systems engineer, DCS engineer, PLC engineer, SCADA engineer, ENI engineer, commissioning engineer, analyzing engineer, and functional safety engineer. Students should learn PLC, SCADA, DCS, loop checking, calibration, control valves, PNID reading, and basics of systems from companies like Honeywell, Yokogawa, Emerson, Siemens, or Allen Bradley. The verdict: this is a strong Gulf route for students who like automation, electronics, and plant technology. Electronics and communication engineering can be useful for Gulf jobs, but only if the student builds a clear specialization. This is very important. ECE without direction can become confusing, but ECE with the right direction can open good career paths. Electronics and communication engineering students can move into telecom, 5G, networking, fiber optics, automation, building management systems, ELV systems, IoT, embedded systems, data centers, cybersecurity, and industrial electronics. For Gulf jobs, some common roles are telecom engineer, network engineer, BMS engineer, ELV engineer, automation engineer, IoT engineer, embedded systems engineer, data center engineer, and security systems engineer. Useful skills include CCNA, networking basics, Linux, IoT, embedded systems, PLC basics, SCADA basics, cybersecurity, BMS, CCTV, access control, and data center infrastructure. The verdict: ECE is good for Gulf careers only when converted into a marketable specialization. Computer science and IT related branches are becoming stronger in the Gulf, especially in UAE and Saudi Arabia. The Gulf is investing heavily in cloud, AI, cybersecurity, smart cities, fintech, e-commerce, digital government, data centers, and enterprise technology. But students should understand one thing clearly: CSE is competitive. A CSE degree alone does not guarantee a Gulf job. Employees want proof of skill. That means projects, internships, GitHub portfolio, cloud exposure, problem solving, and communication. Common Gulf roles include software developer, full stack developer, cloud engineer, data analyst, data engineer, cybersecurity analyst, DevOps engineer, ERP consultant, SAP consultant, business analyst, and IT support engineer. Useful skills include Python, JavaScript, Java, SQL, AWS, Azure, Linux, cybersecurity basics, Power BI, machine learning, SAP, APIs, DevOps, and GitHub. The verdict: CSE is strong for Gulf digital roles, but portfolio and certification matters more than hype. Industrial engineering, production engineering, and HSC related routes can also be useful for Gulf careers. These are not always the most glamorous branches, but they can become powerful when combined with site experience and certifications. Industrial and production engineers can work in manufacturing, production planning, quality control, lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, cost reduction, ERP, SAP, inventory planning, operations, and supply chain. These skills are useful as Gulf countries increase local manufacturing and industrial diversification. On the other side, HSC, safety, environmental, and fire engineering roles are important in construction, oil and gas, petrochemicals, power, airports, manufacturing, and infrastructure projects. Useful certifications include NEBOSH, IOSH, OSHA, fire safety, risk assessment, permit to work systems, and incident investigation. The verdict: these pathways can be very useful for students who like operation, quality, safety, compliance, auditing, and industrial systems. This matrix is a quick planning map. It shows that no branch is good or bad in isolation. The real question is, where does the branch fit? For example, mechanical has a high fit in oil and gas, data center cooling, and a medium fit in power, construction, and automation. Electrical has a high fit in power and data centers and a good fit in oil and gas, construction, and automation. Civil is strongest in construction, infrastructure, and mega projects. Chemical is strongest in oil and gas, LNG, petrochemicals, water, and process industries. Instrumentation is strongest in oil and gas, automation, power plants, and industrial control systems. ECE can work in automation, telecom, data centers, smart systems, and cybersecurity if the student specializes. Computer science and IT are strongest in digital transformation, cloud, AI, cybersecurity, and data center related roles. So students should choose not blindly, they should connect branch to each sector. Now let us discuss a very important reality. Most Gulf engineering jobs are not designed for fresh graduates. The Gulf usually prefers engineers who already have experience, especially in plant operations, construction projects, design offices, maintenance, commissioning, IT projects, or industrial systems. So the best path for students is usually step by step. First, build a strong foundation in your home countries through degree, internships, projects, and a first job. Second, add skills through software certifications and practical exposure. Third, gain around 3 to 5 years of relevant experience. Fourth, prepare for Gulf with a Gulf style CV, degree attestation, professional accreditation where required, interview preparation and verified job roles. Also, students and parents must be careful about fake agents and paid job scams. A real Gulf career is built through skills, documentation, experience and trustworthy opportunities. Your branch is only the starting point. Your skill stack is what makes you employable. Every professional or a student should build 5 layers. First, core branch knowledge. Mechanical students need thermodynamics and machines. Electrical students need circuits and power systems. Civil students need structures. Chemical students need process concepts. CSC students need coding and systems. Second, industry tools. Examples include AutoCAD, ETAP, Aspen HYSYS, Revit, Python, Power BI, and Primavera. Third, certifications. Depending on the branch, this can include NEBOSH, ASNT, C-SWIP, AWS or Azure, PLC, Primavera, or other recognized certifications. Fourth, experience proof. This means internships, site visits, projects, case studies, GitHub portfolios, reports, or real work experience. Fifth, communication. Gulf jobs require workplace English, report writing, interview skills, and a professional CV. So the formula is branch plus tools plus certification plus experience plus communication makes you a winner. Professionals should not copy another student's or professional's branch choice. A branch should match interest, ability, and career direction. If you like machines, plants, and practical engineering, consider mechanical, mechatronics, or industrial engineering. If you like power, energy, and electrical systems, consider electrical or renewable energy. If you like buildings, road infrastructure and construction, civil and construction management may fit. If you like oil and chemicals, refineries and process plants, chemical process or instrumentation can be a good direction. If you like automation, sensors and control systems, consider instrumentation, ECE or mechatronics. If you like software, data and digital careers, consider computer science, AI, data science or cybersecurity. The message is simple. Do not choose only because a branch is popular. Choose the branch you can convert into a strong career pathway. So what is the final answer? The best Gulf branch is not only the branch with the highest hype, it is the branch that you can convert into valuable technical career. Mechanical, electrical and civil are strong all-round branches. Chemical and instrumentation are strong specialized branches. Computer science, AI, data, cybersecurity and mechatronics are growing future branches. Industrial production and HSE routes can also be useful when supported by certifications and experience, but no branch works automatically. The real formula is branch plus skills plus experience plus certification plus Gulf readiness. For students and professionals, the better question is not which branch gives Gulf job. The better question is which branch can I build into strong career in the home country first and then we use for Gulf or global opportunities. Follow InspireLens for practical engineering, career guidance, branch selection, skill roadmaps, and global career pathways. DM plan if you need further guidance. Before ending, one important point. Career decision should not be based only on opinions or social media trends. At InspireLens, we try to look at real industry signals. For this topic, the direction is clear. The Gulf is investing in renewables, LNG, data centers, construction, industrial growth, digital transformation, and localization of technical roles. That means students must be more prepared than before. A Gulf career is possible, but it requires proper planning. Job availability can change depending on country, visa rules, employer requirements, localization policies, nationalization, market cycles, and candidate experience. So use this video as a starting point and not as a final decision for every student. Every student should select a branch based on interest, academic ability, financial situation, skill readiness, and long-term career goals. This is InspireLens, engineering careers clearly explained.